You know, I find myself, now that I've explored this place a bit more, I find myself questioning the existence of this wood. I guess there were some plants and roots around, but it almost seemed like that stuff showed up later. Like it wasn't here when he got here or something. But there's a campfire. And it's here. He brought... There's no wood around here, so he must have gone somewhere else entirely and gotten the wood, then brought it up here to make a fire for some reason? Or did there used to be wood here and now all of it's gone? I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, so this series has not gone as planned in that I like to binge Myst as much as possible because it's difficult to keep in your head what's going on in the environment and all the little details and stuff like that if you can't do it in like a marathon session. At least doing like each age in one sitting. Like I did all of Myst 1 in like 1 or 2 days, I think, if I remember correctly. And then in Myst Riven was harder because it's like a giant continuous thing, but even then it's kind of out into islands. Myst 3, I did each particular age in a single day, each, at the very least. I just got back from my second break during the Spire alone, so expect a lot of jump cuts and some confusion, because I need to like re-explore this place to even get my finger back on the pulse of like what the hell has been happening, because I have lost the thread, and it's unfortunately kind of unavoidable because just this game kind of won in a time around the time where it's like there's the holiday season and the end of holiday season and New Year's and then beginning of the year plans. It's been busy. I'm gonna try to figure out what the hell's happening in this game though. One of these days. They let you zoom all the way in on this guy. Curious about that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is the one that has the little notch on it, which I think the other one had notches on too. Like that might be important information. This white crystal, it's the chalk looking notch thing is on 4, but the actual slider is on 1 or top or whatever you want to call it. I think that I'm hoping that this turns out to be some sort of notch system or measuring system or something. I don't know. I keep finding more of them around. In particular, one of them reminds me of the witness puzzle with the apple, the one that was displaced a bit, because I found multiple ones that are physically affixed to their location they're supposed to be on, but then I also found that one that was like, seems to have been exploded across the room and embedded in the side of the bed. Embedded. Is that new? Maybe it's not, maybe it is. I don't seem to remember them being so glowy. I remember them floating there, I don't remember the sparks on top, but I could be imagining that change. Have I seen that before? Test number 27 complete. Results remaining consistent with previous quartz tests. Conclusion: must have 6 lightning conductors charged. Charging cable number 1 to disrupt sample's molecular constitution, provided other cables are set correctly. 8, 12, 4. Other configurations did not work. I don't know if I've been looking at the floor necessarily. Admittedly, it's like that note seems... Well, I can't even see it from over there. I think you can only see it when you're standing here, and it's the same color as the floor. Oh man. So those are super missable details until your eyes actually physically lock on the object itself. Oh. That's a different one, isn't it? Blue crystal test number 17. Final results verified. Number of lightning conductors needed to power cable number 1 and definitively disrupt molecular composition of sample number 3. Still testing to find 2 remaining increments. These are just sitting around? They're pieces of paper. There's kind of a rock kind of on the corner, but like it's not even fluttering. And it seems like, it doesn't seem like it's really fastened down. But like, it's super windy out here. There's like a storm and like a hurricane or tornado, crazy ass high altitude winds. And you're gonna tell me there's just loose paper sitting around? Okay, well, now I know to look for those, but I question how they're even there to be found. They would super blow away. I even question the idea of having an office up here. Like, he's been down, you can go down down in those caves, there's actual places that make more sense, because those places would be covered from being exposed to the elements. But these places here are horrible for storing papers and having a desk. I'm surprised he didn't move everything down there the moment he had a place down there. This still bothers me. Ah! I was like, how the hell can't I get to the other pages? And the answer is you can. Kind of, but go away. Go. It doesn't go any further. Why is I don't know why my mouse stops there. That's never been a thing before in this game. Strong earthquake, tremors in lab, something, 2 of harmonics in musical chamber were played. Could I be close? Finding usable something, lab, mostly rock. Well, that's a problem. Is it supposed to stop mysteriously halfway through me folding it? Well, I can't photograph that. Not that I can really glean much from it with its half sentences. Maybe it's not too important. Alright, let's do some more laps where I stare at the floor, I guess, trying to see if I missed anything. Here in Column Land, there's just a random document on the floor behind me after you teleport past it and have to turn around to look at it. That's not very nice. Court samples visibly affected when cables 1, 2 set correctly, and 3 is powered by less than 5 conductors. Must be nearing point of total molecular disruption. We'll conduct one final test to be sure. 812-4. Not sure if these are useful or not. They're definitely scattered about. I'm somewhat questioning, have I seen a place where I have, like, that kind of control over the, have I seen a place where I have that kind of control over the, power of something? Because I don't think I really have. There's the weird chair, but I don't think the chair had power meters necessarily. I kind of want to go down again. I'm trying to figure out how to go underground more. Or just in any other direction, really, because I have that one hatch on the floor that is locked. And it's like locked by a mechanism that makes me think maybe I open it from the other side, but I don't know how to get to the other side of that hatch that I can't get through. And that's one of the main loose ends I have right now of like a thing I can't open that I don't know how to get past. I'm working on that. Wait, can I go down this hole? That seems terrifying. The rope doesn't hold. What could go wrong, right? Besides horrible, horrible death. Oh, it just keeps going. Wow. Oof. That's a horrible sound. That was just his skin on a crystal making bad sounds. Okay, this is actually getting comical now. Okay. Hope I don't need to go back up that way, because I don't think that's happened. That was a long slide. Holy crap, where am I? Oh, I'm under the rock. That's the floaty rock. That means I'm under the hatch. That's where I had to go? All logic would dictate don't go that way. The rope snapped, indicating you gotta go find a rope or something, or... Huh. Alright. Sure. Oh, I'm just so happy to see a new place. I was running in circles for so long. I'm like, I don't know what I'm missing, man. There's nothing to do anywhere. So this should be the open hatch now. Yeah, that's... So that's the terminal that was up top. There's the blimpy spot. That's the floaty rock. That's the weird plant lab. That's the place where he needs to secure his damn papers correctly. Yes. Oh, weird. You open the hatch and you automatically go down. Okay. So up top I had a panel, and then down here I have a panel. Then there's a thing on the floor and the ceiling that seemed to affect the height of the raft, the blimp. That doesn't slide. So I must be able to affect the height of it all. What's going on here? Oh, did it just quit on me? Oh, now it's going again? Is the idea to get to exactly 5, like it says up there? It's numbers 1 through 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's currently on 6 there. Did my photos make this make sense? Eight, 12, 4. Is that related, or is that something else? That seems like it's near the bottom. It's a blue crystal test, though. It's like something else entirely, right? Maybe this thing will just be on now? So I feel like I didn't have access to this until I turned on the one that was upstairs. Then when the one that was upstairs was turned on, I think I had access to this chair and stuff that worked suddenly, and I could go change floors. So maybe that changed when I did this now? I'm not entirely certain which parts are relevant to what I'm doing now and which ones aren't. So there's the glowy crystal we saw before. Can I go down this? No? It might be a loading bay. What's this? What is this? Oh, lever. Okay, that was a weird sight. Now what's happened? Oh my god. Aren't you a horror? Just gonna doing.
Looks like those circuit lessons you drilled into me in Voltaic have finally paid off, Father. Of course, figuring out how to complete this electrical network was 10 times more difficult, seeing how I had to build everything from scratch.
Okay, the wiring and everything was getting pretty difficult and crazy already, but dude made a circuit board? God damn, did he have time? Nah. It actually electrocutes me, my whole screen shakes. So top portal thing, bottom portal thing, top panel, bottom panel, probably? So it needs to be set to 7, it looks like. Judging by the fact that this thing has its number out of 7 here. And that seems to probably affect whether or not... Oh yeah, look at these. You can see the, there's 3 green crystals here. And if you go back to the chair... Too bad there's not like a grid of photos to go through. Yeah, there's in the top right corner there's 3 crystals there and one of them's not lit up yet. I think this might be the last one. Then maybe I'll have access to these other floors on the left side of the controls, I hope. There's a keyhole here, I think. I'm not really... No, that could be a symbol for the weird room that looks like an auditorium of chess piece pawns. It actually kind of looks like the Ministry of Magic from Harry Potter from the movie, where David Tennant does his weird, like, I don't even know, his weird routine where his tongue's flicking in and out. So they go after him for being naughty. So I'm trying to get to 7. This seemed to be math. Let's see. So that seemed to be +4, -2, +1, -2. And you have a limited number of inputs before it accepts it as being the final input, I guess? I think I did this on accident last time without any context for what I was really doing. That's 6. I keep getting back to 5, don't I? I need like a better sequence. I wish the camera would make up its mind whether it's going to be locked to my cursor or if it's going to let my cursor fly freely, because it keeps toggling between the two separate from me. And it's really disorienting. No, just stay still or don't stay still, it's fine. Ooh, I did it. I think. No? No, that's 6. I need to do better than that. When I'm done with the round, does it set it to what I landed on, or does it change it by that much? How do I make it land on 7? So it's middle one's +1, no, left one is +1, middle one is -2, right one is +4. And it has to land on exactly 7. So you definitely have to use the far right in order to get enough pips at a time, but then the far left to get to an odd number. Because if you don't go to the left at all, then it'll never be odd. And it has to be odd or nothing happens. But it seems to stop on its own after such a small number of inputs that I can't really do anything? I'm not really sure what I'm doing wrong here. If I go to the right... So I can't go to the left first, because then it'll go from 1 to 0, because the -2 is... The amount being subtracted by the middle is larger than the amount being added by the left, so I can't go left, then center, in order to establish the odd number early on. So I have to go right first. But if I go right first, then go left, then by the time I get back over it, it's reset itself? So looking at the values, if I go left, it adds 1, and then subtracts 2 when I return from that, which undoes that effort. I can't loop to the right, then back to the left, then back to the right. Try to continue on with the oddness. I might be able to max out the lights. It does max out at 7, which is an odd number. And also, it's also the number I need to get to, so maybe it's just a matter of maxing it out, and that's it. The camera just chooses to go where it feels like. Do I get one more? Am I good? Is that... Did I do it? Now all the lights are off. Did I do a good or a bad? I have all 7 of them lit up, but now that thing went down? What is happening? Take a look at you. Is the thing lit up? No, grab the thing. There we go. Okay, it's lit up. The top is lit up to 4, bottom's lit up to 7. And there's a whole bunch of craziness going on here, which I don't think I can interact with. I don't get a hand symbol out of that. Let's go back upstairs and hope that if I go down the slide, perhaps... Why do I keep locking this again? Oh well. Maybe it's not a lock, maybe it's just the automation of it opening. Except it closes again, so like, yeah. Huh. Is it still on the roof? It looks like it's still on the roof. Oh no, there it is. Look at you. You're floating in the middle again. I don't know how to reach you necessarily, though. But maybe I don't need to. Let's slide back down and see if the chair makes more sense. Because I'm hoping that whatever's going on with the circuitry there means I need to max out the power correctly on that particular terminal. Then that hopefully leads to access to the next floor. Because I might be making some of this stuff up as I go along and hoping that I'm right. Hooray. Aha. Let's see here. What's the next place down? What is happening? That's creepy. Alright, now they're all pointing down towards me? Oh, I feel so watched in this room, and it's uncomfortable. What's going on here? It's like a weird little spring thing that I can't highlight anything on. And there's 4 of those now, or what? They're all like that? Maybe I get like a lens to put on them, or a setting of some kind. Like, they must serve a purpose, right? They're just sort of weirdly here. Let's see, I seem to have reached the bottom of the track. These things are indicative of this thing over here, apparently. But that's... the place I've gotten to is the bottom of this particular track, so I think... yeah, I was right about these 3 things lighting up as I did those other panels. So those are lit up. I've accessed all 3 floors. I thought this looked like it was going to be the 4th floor, but you can see that it's actually on a separate track, apparently, which... apparently these are interactive? Is this the 3-digit number? Can I drag this? There we go, it's a little faster. 8, 12, 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How do you count these anyway? Is it the gaps or the other things? Can't go any higher. How do these work? Okay, things are getting weird. Things are definitely getting weird. So I don't think it's 8, 12, 4. It might be something else. Whatever it is, I have like a power budget. And sounds are being played based on what I'm moving it to. So a different, almost like weird electric guitar interference sound thing plays based on where I slide the slider to. What a weird thing. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 overall. There's 11 budget overall. Maybe you can increase the budget over time, because there's like a whole bunch of lights around here. Let's just go through my photos again. Because I've definitely seen reference to this exact board before. Number of lightning conductors needed 3. I'm not sure if that's enough information there. And that's not 8, 12, 4. So that must be something else. $10, $10, $5. That's this. There's more power budget in those numbers. It might not be the same sequence of 3. Stronger than any other substance. Will need all the power the keyboard can take. Will that be enough? Must be distributed across all 3. There's a division sign. I think the number is referring to the fact that there's... If you reach the end of the first corner, that you've reached the number 4. If you reach the middle, you've reached 11. And if you go all the way to the very, very end of the entire sequence, you've reached 36. So right now we have 11 available to us. And maybe you can get all the way up to 36? This is all stuff from outside. Must have 6 lightning conductors charging cable number 1 distributed samples molecular constitution. Disrupt it, not distribute it. These numbers don't work. There might be a way to get more power. This one's on like the second notch, but I don't know if it's which of the 3 it is necessarily. Is this the clue? Going clockwise from the bottom left, it goes 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 4. Find that interesting. It's a bunch of 5s, then there's suddenly a 4, and I'm not really sure what to make of that. What if I tried 4, 7? That should be 4, 7. So that's what we needed in order to get here. It acts like I can click on this part down here, but I don't know what purpose that serves. Is there anything around here that gives me some indication of what I'm even aiming for here? That was creepy. Did something change? Am I looking at something here? So it stops right at the first coil. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coils. Are they all like that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coils. Different rock though. There's a bright crystal and then a darker rock here. Maybe you have to replace them. This one's not even a rock, it's like a weird piece of metal. And it already looks like the bottom was going to be blue. There's a blue one. Once again, 5 coils. But a blue crystal. Maybe it's missing the last crystal? Maybe I need to find the last crystal because the one in the top right almost looks like it's not, doesn't have what it's supposed to have or something. I might have to look around more.